Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 7 of the Iron Glide Iron Teeth playthrough on hard mode. Last time we pretty much fixed some of the, I say fixed, but we did a lot of industry tweaks down here to get some decent storage of things, which led us to be able to move into explosives. That has allowed us to blast some holes into the ground in a couple of places to be able to plant trees further up this little hill here. There'll be another one coming up this side soon. Aha. And we have a first bad side. So, I say first, but the first in this instance. I think we are going to need to pump some more water. So let's first prioritize these, because I haven't done that in the past, and it's probably going to fix some of those problems. And I am going to throw in some more of these wherever we can get them. Just because we need to get as much water as humanly possible. And I think it's probably sensible, if we can fit it in, to get that laid in. So let's just set these to the highest humanly possible, followed by this. And get that in with water. So, 2 days. It's going to be a bit close, I think. But what's probably going to happen is we will end up just draining all of this, because this will all become polluted very quickly once this changes over. We do eventually need to come up with a method to bad tide proof this, which is probably going to involve some blasting around here. In its current form, can't really do much about that, but it's going to be a problem for another time. So in the meantime, this is literally going to be a case of making do. Hopefully it's... Well, hopefully with this we can get enough water pumped to get them in. Prioritized, and they should get around to building that quickly. We have enough to build that. Yes, we do. So, highest priority. So the colony we have is not that big, but it should, if we can get another one of these built and filled, should be enough. Now, are there any jobs we could divert to haulers? I will take them out of everywhere else. This may be a bit of a panic move on my part, but yeah, water I think is going to be pretty tight. What would we like for builders? So we do have those in. So we still have the farmers, that's okay. These are all going to die. We'll probably, once these are all gone, we'll move up here and we'll start planting some other stuff. These should be okay. Fermented cassavas appear to be an issue as ever, but there's no one doing anything with them anyway, so that's not a problem. So, come the morrow, this all turns to mush. So, let's see how bad this is. I will leave it running until it's full. And what's likely going to be happening is this is going to get blown up. Drain all this once we start pumping the red stuff through here. But we'll take advantage of it while we can. What we will also do is pause these. This guy's an idiot. An absolute total idiot. Get out. They may not survive that, but we'll see. Right, so we've pretty much got everyone in that we can. I would like more water than that, to be fair, so What are you powering? Powering that. Okay, so the bad water is now coming through. So, yeah, not particularly thrilled by the bad tide, especially given the length of time, but it is what it is. Once these are useless, we can't pump anymore and these start dying, it's going to be a case of fixing this area down here. It shouldn't be too long. Yeah, okay, we've lost irrigation here. They should keep most things green around here, which is fine. Yeah, there we go. She's pretty much dead. I mean, we're still pumping a fair amount of water out of it, so... But yes, that's the end of that chapter, I guess. So let's just pause this. When it comes night time, I'm going to blow these. Hopefully when they all go to bed. And we do have enough metal to build some sluices and planks for it. So if they would all like to leave... I think that means everyone's out, which is what we want. So let's get rid of that, get the sluices in. This may seem like a bit of a waste of time, but once that's done, we do have a bit more control of what we do with this area, so... I'm going to blow that, and I am going to delete these too. And these, I am just going to leave as is. Raise it slightly. I mean, it could be that this drains fast enough. Yeah, it looks like it is. That's fine. So without anything to stop it, it's not going to cause a problem. I don't want ever these want these to close, but I will set them to 0.65 to match the dams, I think it is. Just do that, hopefully. We can reduce this down to a point where it's just sitting in this trough here. Why are these not getting built? Oh. Oh, the stuff's over here. Damn. Okay, so... Well, fail. Is there a way to fix that problem? I should have thought about that. There is wood over here, so I could do this. Wood is up here, right? Where's wood? Wood is here, okay. Damn. Why is it that I managed to find such spectacular ways to fail? So these are just blocks. Okay, so guess what is going back in? Do this, please, and do this, and do this. Whoopsie. They will last temporarily. Just as a little bridge. Get these built, rip it back out. We are back down there. And we do not have anyone contaminated, so that's okay. So we can get them back in here for these logs. Not that there's any beavers to work in here. And these are pretty much doing nothing, so be free, beavers, and go find other stuff to do. Aha, good, right. So with that growing, with a farm, let's plant some crops. So what was going to put up here? I think corn may be a move for us. So seeing as it's pretty much going to mean that we can cover all this area. Let's get that planted up there. Let's just fill this in, I suppose. I think we can reach all of that. Is that on the same level? Yes, it is. No need for these to be in existence, so they should go down here and have to put some more stuff down. Get those in. And once that's done, we have the resources again. So we didn't lose quite as much up here as I expected. I thought we'd lose a lot more of the crops up here, so that keeps us in a bit of a steady state with some kohlrabis. This corn is going to come in useful once it's grown. We're not quite halfway through yet, but we are quite a way through the water. But yeah, a bit of a painful one, I think. This particular bad tide. We will need to send people, well, beavers down into here. I am going to change these for sluices as well, just so we have some control over them. But this needs hitting with a hammer just to get it finished, and then they can work on this, which they'll probably do tomorrow. So that's all within range. Now up here we're probably going to sink another set of dynamites in just to cover all this. Eventually it'd be nice to fill this with water and put some of the where are they? Are they in here? Mangroves in here, just as a bit of extra storage for them. Good, we're across. And oh, it's built. Good. Super. So just so let's just rip these out. Good. Right, so we have our bridge back and we have adjustable options available to us. So we have a couple of spare beavers, so let's get that in there. That should keep that going. We do need more area to plant crops. Now this scrap's getting ripped out fairly quickly, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem just to chuck in another set like that. They can get around to that as and when, not in any particular rush. Now, the plan for power, and this area specifically, is to come up here. Now, what would be nice is if we can get them to even this out, which I don't really have the capacity to do right now, but this being a nice straight line, and getting some water wheels in would mean, obviously putting the cap on these so that they can constantly spew water would, but that would mean unlimited power for pretty much forever. But to get there, we're going to need to look for... they're too shallow for it as well. I think so. And I don't want to use wood to build up the land quite yet. So it's probably going to be a case of putting in lots of mini ones in the short term, wherever we can get them. But I do want to send the beavers up here as soon as we can. So I want to lay these out This may look an absolute rat's nest. However, it's not going to be particularly easy to run all this in. This may take some forward planning, which I am not currently thinking is a good use of our time for that, but never mind. So let's concentrate then on getting them up here. So the easiest way to do this, I believe, is maybe running up this way. Run up this hill, etc, etc. There are probably better ways to run this in, but we will concern ourselves with getting them in as quickly as we can. So let's just hit that there, like that, and in theory, I'm going to run this in a very roundabout way, just in case we want. In case you want a little bit of more storage down here, and replace these things for bigger ones. These, there's nothing to dig, and their berries are very much dead, so they ain't going nowhere. Good, so we have corn that's halfway done. These guys are doing pretty much nothing, which is fine. We do have 4 untapped beavers, so let's get these guys in. So with those, I think we've at least got enough to make it somewhat, well, easier for us to get the bits and pieces constantly on the being produced, but it's the ratios are all wrong. We do now have access up here, which is good. Eventually we are going to need to come up here and figure out how to cap these bad boys with wherever they are. Are they in science? No, that's all bot stuff. Here. This. Now, we don't have the science for it. We do not have the resources for it, but 2 of these across here means all this flow will be forever for us. But we can worry about that later. Now, let me just pause this a sec. So, if we were to dig a channel, I'm just using these as rulers. Not the most ideal way, but yeah. Depends on actually how much flows in here. I don't know how much these produce. Do we have stream gauge in here somewhere? That's decoration, it won't be in there. We do. I think we're going to place one of these in. Yes, please. Let's just get that running. I can run that in without too much an issue. Because if we can blow this up here, as it's only single deep, we have the dynamite for it. That is not as much as I would have thought. Thought it'd be faster than that, to be fair, but okay, never mind. yeah, so it could be if we just get these, run this in, dig this out, and if it's only half, we should quite easily be able to get that in without too much stress. And then just use some of levees to block the path, at least for now. So if we put that in, and we're going to need this. Hold, please, callers. Let that water run back through. Once that's clear, we can get some stairs back in over here. Once that's done, I'm going to replace these with, which I don't actually have yet, but I am going to put these in. Yes. And kick that up, and we should have enough distance to get that in. So these probably will cause backflooding issues as they used to. These well, I never want them to close, but they give us the option to hold back water if we want to. We're just manually controlling them. These ones here, these should, once that's built. So we'll leave them to figure that out up there. Let's go back to planning this. Probably is going to be a really bad idea, but still, we're going to get this sorted. So, get everything laid in, and then we can send them up here and sort it out at their own leisure. Do not do that. That'd be very crazy. Where is it? So let's just then run this way, and then down here. I believe these would work in a single line. So we'll run them all through here. I don't know, maybe we'll get in 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn them that way, run them that way. And see how that goes from a power point of view. We'll join them all together somehow. Once this is blown up. So we do need to get the beavers across here, so that can be just done with nice and easily with some of those. And then once that channel's in, we can then blow this up. Hopefully it doesn't break too much. Make sure they come and finish this off so they don't get distracted by other work. Could have done with those logs, but never mind. And then once that's sorted, that should then begin to back up. Good. These should now close very shortly, if not now. There we go. And this should now flood. There we go. Right. Bit of a balancing act. They've got the crops replanted, which is ideal. Seems very tall for a very small thing. Anyway, we can get those running. We do not have all of that dynamite, but we should see it go in fairly quickly. That'll probably injure a million beavers getting this done, but it is what it is. This needs to also... I'll probably ruin this now, to be fair. suppose if it needs to go through. It did used to work. These are open, I believe. Yes. Wow, that was a quick... Oh, holy god, we're not even pumping water. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. That was a mistake. Please get pumping. Actually, no, that should be 60. Then that'll close. Then this will fill up. Then it'll over top. Yeah, no, I've remembered. I remembered how it works now. Science and things. So is this just complaining because we haven't got anyone doing science? Probably. That's fine. They're doing quite well and getting all that done. Those are in. Made no difference to that. But hopefully we can push the water through here without too much damage or overspill. But yeah, let's get that in. We may have made a large mistake. Do we have... We do have all the haulers in, which is fine. This needs to go up very quickly. What we will probably have to do is pause these and see how long this bad tide is. That's what I get for not paying any attention. At me. Oh. Take that out to remove all temptation. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem. Again, we'll just have to leave them pumping until it stops being pumpable, I guess. May as well preempt pausing these. Oh, don't want to delete them. Pause. Pause. And let's see how if we survive this bad tide with not a lot of water. We will pause all of these. I will leave. And there's no one up here. And there is corn. Good news. We'll get you in here. I don't know where you've been taken from. Okay. So let's just pause these. No, is that because we haven't got that in? It is. There we go. Alright, so yeah, these guys are pretty much going to pump everything that they can. We'll just keep them in there until they can't pull anything more out of this, and then we'll just drop this. That's that done. Let's kaboom this, because why not? Let's just get a decent view. Be up to explosions, so let's just kaboom that one and that one. And we should get the water running through there now. while we can. To run those in. Looks like we're starting to... Another long one. Starting to see some of the problems coming through with the red water and lack of hydration here. So, with any luck, these guys here can keep pulling it out. What are you doing? Why are you in the water? You idiots, you absolute tools. What? My god. These beavers are absolute tools. So we have corn. We need to stick it somewhere. So let's just, for now, put this as corn storage. Get that to supply. It seems like it's working. They're still managing to pull some water out of there, which is okay. Again, killed everything under here, which is to be expected. We can do nothing for these unwell beavers. They will eventually die. Let's just get them to lay that in and see if that is a problem. And if that's okay, we can then do this. But we'll not do it just yet. Let's see if we survive this bad tide first. So... Once these are paused, we'll just get them doing anything else. Corn storage is going up. We just need to keep an eye on these. Some of these are robust enough to last a couple of days. Trees, even if we don't keep these wet, they will be fine. So yeah, it's just a bit of a waiting game. They are still pulling some out of there, which just surprised me. So I will take what I can. If that's doing that, we could probably just say goodbye to that. Drain this as fast as we can. Means these should open eventually. There we go. Drain this whole area. That's holding up pretty good. Okay. I think, assuming we don't kill the beavers this time, I think we can get away with this. I do want to put one in there. And I think, just for ease, I should set this to obtain some logs. So we need to do something with this corn as it needs processing. So I believe for that we need a food factory, and for that we need power. But the corn rations will potentially be kind to us. So I'm going to purchase this. And for lack of a better place to put it, I am thinking of just having an area up here for it. I do want to plant more up this area. It's probably isn't the most ideal place for it to live, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess, with the hand we've been dealt here. So if we put this in here, probably shift this along some and get an engine up here. They'll pick all that up shortly. If we get that there, set that to be scrap. They can get all this picked up. And this should be an engine. We should have everything we need to build most of this. This should be fine. Yeah, we're going to need to fix the paths up here. Thank you. Yes, please. Yes, please. And yes, please. So we have 8 days left. So far, so good, I think. This is less devastated. We could put those back in now, but seeing as these two guys are, well, this guy's going to live for 1,000,000 years. So, yeah, we now have some unhealthy beavers. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's just crank that up. Because I don't think we need the scrap, but we need the scrap for the metal and so on and so forth. So, just, are these now empty? I think they are. Thank you for your service, kind beavers. Let's just dump them straight into there. And hope that this is enough. So, how are we getting on with this? Planks. There's enough for that. There's plenty of scrap on the floor, which is okay. How are these doing? They are mostly full. This is a massive evaporation area, so I'm glad we paused this one. The berries have got decent resistance for it anyway, so we're well under the 9 days that these will take to die off. Trees, probably okay. Can't really see the depth, I don't believe. So that's not so much of a problem. But let's see how we get on the 6 days. We're doing okay for wood. We could do with thinking about maybe setting this up after all this is done. Why are you doing that first instead of this? We need these first. Thank you. Let's reassign those jobs. This can wait. But that is funneling in quite nicely, so we can always lay in the power here. And I'm hoping this works to give us a decent amount of power. This probably won't do that much, but we'll take it if we can get it. Again, this is going to be of a lower priority. This food factory is the most important thing we have, I think, that's going to go in. We are out of food. And they've eaten all the berries. So we are up a certain creek without a certain paddle at this point. So why are you not getting harvested? So is there a reason why you're not taking anything out of the ground? Please plant the kohlrabi. Let's just pause this because nothing can grow. It looks like one of the older beavers has died off, which is fine. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Yeah, is there a gatherer flag that can get these? Probably not, actually. I don't really want to bring them online to be able to pull that out of the ground until then. Let's see. I'm going to need to get that splashed, I think. Just to keep these crops alive. Let's pause that again. Come on, what are we waiting for? Planks. Why are we waiting for planks? Is it because we're making 2,000 tons of gears? Probably. Please build the corn, and this needs to be done sharpish. And we need somewhere to put the corn rations, which, for the sake of speed, it can go here. Corn rations, thank you. We are very hungry, so we are seeing quite a bit of an impact for that, but hopefully with this running, but please cultivate that. Please do whatever it is you're going to do. We probably will see a bit of an impact to the beaver population with this. I am going to ignore that for now, but I will lay in gatherer flag. We're going to need that to get the berries. 2 days left. This guy should hopefully be making corn rations. And it's probably going to go as quickly as it comes in. Yeah, we probably could do with it being down here somewhere that make it easy for them to get to, but what have we got in here? Let's just spin this around. This is probably pointless, but let's just spin it around. I'd like this to be corn rations as an obtain, so it's near the houses for them. It is slowly but surely bouncing back. We are low on water, but there's a day left. That's nearly finished, so this will be a supply. Advertise that by haulers. Should be enough haulers to keep them going. There should be some berries getting gathered. Yes, these should. Yeah, we're hitting that slowdown, unfortunately. But come tomorrow, we will, hopefully, at least, have the good tides rolling in. So for that, I'm going to turn these back on. going to turn these back on. And this is now the most important thing under the sun. Even above this. Good. Right. With any luck, the greenery should mean we can get everyone back in and working. Wait for this contamination to go away. Crank this back up to 0.6. And we managed not to kill the beavers. Success. Phew. All right. This is a very important job. This is a very important job. This is a very important job. So I'm pretty much going to retire these two down here. This area I'm not going to do anything with. I'm just going to leave it as is. As I think corn will be the future. This is a very important job as well. But we don't really have the beavers for this, so it is what it is. Let's just concentrate on trying to fill some of these other jobs. So these are warnings of doing my crusting. So yeah, I think we lost quite a few beavers. Looks like we've lost all the contaminated ones. That's fine. Berries, please. Haulers. Got 10 haulers though, which is nice. I'm going to need to get some of these back onto planting. So we'll leave those as is. This guy needs to be turned back on. Again, you're a very important job, but there's no one to fill it. I think for now, we can pause you. Have we got anyone now? No, we don't. Okay. What have we got on the cards? We're going to be building up here. So we are pretty much stuck until such time as we get scrap sorted and whatnot. I think we're going to have to put down on the number of builders. Do we have anyone in here yet? We do not. Let's just knock that down to 1. We're probably pumping far more water than we should be doing, but whatever. I'd like to see this raised up quite a bit further than that. Let's pause you. We don't need you going. Oh, good. We are harvesting the berries. We have some up here. Don't know if we ever gather a flag up this way, actually. Yes, we do. That's fine. Never mind. Right. So we are in a bit of a recovery mode. I don't know why. Did I do that? Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine. So, with that, we are in day 4, and I think we will wrap up the episode here. We've started on sorting this. This can probably go now. This power is going to... I'm just going to take these out because I want to put another thing in here, wherever it is. I want to see how much power we're getting out of there. Which they'll get to when they get to. They should be able to reach everything on there. If not, we can always put in a little path. We can worry about running the power lines after. But yeah, we are in quite a bit of a recovery mode with it. And now we don't have all the beavers, but we are growing beavers again, which is good. We do have baby beavers coming in, so they are nowhere near done. But yeah, anyway, so we are now growing corn. as a bit of a wrap up for the episode, we are making food for the beavers to eat and turning it into rations, which they are not storing. Well, they are, but they're in here. I would like this to be prioritized by haulers as well. So, we are probably going to need to look at next time of refactoring some of the, well, beaver production, because we are going to need to get, I think, more beavers, but moving this, or the industry up here, is going to be a good move for us. Whether we run the power lines somewhere else or further up here, I'm not so sure yet. But we obviously need to connect everything together somehow. That's making a decent wedge of power. So hopefully it translates all the way through here. Still not as much as it could be, but never mind. So, yeah. Another disaster averted. A drought I will take, because it means that we can at least get use of this extra water that's in here. We could then go back to opening these up, but we do not have the beavers. So I think what we will do for these is turn these back on. Maybe not the best idea. We don't have the beavers for it, but once some of these kits here grow up, hopefully they may go into there as a priority. But yes, good. So I think the third time in the series where I've nearly potentially killed all the beavers. But yeah, never mind. Anyway, feel free to throw some comments down below and tell me what I've done wrong. I always enjoy a good point and laugh session, especially if it's at my expense. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.